Hello everyone and welcome to my game Santa Climate is Coming to Town. The game starts off by giving us a bit of background. Basically, Santa's getting ready to deliver all his presents on Christmas Eve, but now because of climate change, his task has become much harder. Take this for example. Santa's just finished sorting all of his gifts and is ready to load them onto a sleigh, but then a melting ice cap ruins it all. The story will also give a pop-up fact about the particular climate issue in the story. In this one, we learn that the Arctic Sea has lost 7.6 trillion metric tons of ice between 1994 and 2017. On the side, we have an image from NASA that shows how much is melted on a map. After this, there will be some directions for the minigame, and in this one, we have to reorganize all of the presents. The first game is pretty simple, and many of you will recognize it as a version of the Towers of Hanoi. You can drag any gift on the top of each stack, and each gift can only be stacked on top of a gift larger than it. That way the stack doesn't fall over. At the end, all 4 presents should be on Santa's sleigh, the one all the way to the right. Once you complete that, the game will allow you to continue on to the next level. The next mini-game involves Santa stocking up on food. So Santa always feeds his reindeers plenty of carrots, that way they have enough energy for the trip. But severe weather has caused the fields to underproduce. Again, we have a new fact, this time an example of how the agricultural economy can be especially devastated by global warming. But for Santa, this means that he now has established a local area for carrots. This game allows Santa to drive his sleigh around a really large map and pick up carrots. The controls are arrow keys, with up and down controlling the acceleration and left and right to turn. There is a map boundary he can't leave, so don't stray too far. The bar on the bottom indicates how much energy Santa has. Moving or eating rotten carrots, which are shown by the brownish ones with spots, will decrease his energy, while eating normal orange carrots will increase it. Furthermore, his backpack is only large enough to carry some carrots, so once that bar fills up, it can't go any further. The red line indicates how much more energy he needs before he can return home. The game is over if at any point he has 0 energy. Part of the challenge is that he has to return home with the correct energy amount, so it doesn't matter if he hits the required energy quota while he's halfway across the map. It does take a while and a bit of luck since the carrots are randomly scattered, so I'll fast forward to the end. With his reindeers fed and the gifts loaded, Santa departs the North Pole. But the factories have been producing lots of smog, which he has to avoid. Here we learn a fun fact about smog and how its impact on human health is similar to smoking cigarettes. In this game, you can use the mouse to move up and down. There is a limit to how high or low he can go. The green bar on the top indicates how far Santa is from his destination. The game is complete once that bar hits the end. Meanwhile, the red bar right below it is his health, which can't hit 0. Here are some strategies about the game. Each smog deals damage proportional to its size, so if you can't avoid all the smog clouds, just make sure to fly through the smallest one. Also, the hitbox is measured from Santa's head, so even if the bottom of his sleigh hits a cloud, it's okay. Just make sure he doesn't breathe in any of the polluted air. Once Santa's flown far enough, he realizes that the smog is simply too hard to fly in and he can't keep this up. So he tries lowering Rudolph to the ground, with his sled skimming the waters. Unfortunately, there's so much trash in the sea that it keeps getting tangled in his sleigh and it's destroying it. You have to help Santa pick up all the trash pieces as they come floating towards him. Here we get our final fact about plastic pollution. This game is kind of similar to the previous one, but now you have to click on all the pieces of trash before they fly out the left side of the screen. The green bar still indicates how far you have left to fly, and the red bar is still your health pool. This time, each trash deals the same amount of damage, and the sled is fully destroyed on the 4th hit. If you fail any of the games, they'll return back to the previous slide and you'll have the chance to try again. The conclusion congratulates the player, but also warns them about the actual consequences of climate change, pollution, and global warming. The same issues Santa's facing are a major threat for marine life too. Melting ice caps and climate change are affecting animal migration patterns. Smog often blocks crucial sunlight, while plastic pollution continues to be a major problem for wildlife. So this holiday season, even in our cheerful spirits, it's important to remember not to be wasteful. This list here gives just a few simple ways you can help protect the environment. This is the end of my game. Thank you for listening.